Here we go, guys. Crypto Charts Joe with another quick update on a few of the fan favorites altcoins. But first, we're looking at the daily chart of the DXY, the US dollar currency index. And as you can see here, we're still in this up price channel, kind of a consolidation zone right now. We're still trading, above the 20, which is relatively bullish. And of course, above this near-term support at this low pivot. And what happened previously, we got above this double top high pivot area where the red dashed line is, and we did close a daily candle. But what happened was that we came up to the top of this trend line, as you can see here, that light blue line, and we didn't get any follow through. So basically that ended up being a bull trap, and it's has pulled back into and close to the 20. And a lot of times, just FYI, in the stock market, market makers like to do this. They'll close a candle. It doesn't, and everything I'm showing you here can be used, from crypto to forex to stocks. It doesn't matter, what asset you're trading. All this works the same. That's what's so good about our system. And anyway, we closed up there and pulled a lot of longs in there. And then what do? Roll it over to the downside. But one of the factors that, was enabled us to make that call was this uptrend line and pull back the next day. We knew that wasn't going to, probably last too long. But anyway, let's get on with the cryptos. Let's start with ADA. And then let me take all this off. That's really for our Patreon members. But what I want to point out is that, it doesn't take a rocket science to know we made a, amazing run. But what you need to know is how the run started, why it started running, and, where was some of the opportune places to get in for this run, okay? Because that's part of it, being able to, scale in, add to your positions at the right time, at the right place. And the first thing I want to point out, because this works 100% of the time, okay? This is like gold, okay? Anyway, you have the 20 and the 200. And when they come together, not 99% of the time, but 100% of the time, and it doesn't matter if it's on a monthly chart, daily chart, or a 2-minute chart, the 20 and the 200 will separate, and there'll be a wide spread between the 20 and the 200. And as you can see, if you ever see any of my charts, I only have 2 moving averages on there, unless price moves in such a way that I need to pull another one, because the less you have in your chart, the better. The more you have on there, those are all lagging indicators. Even the 20 and the 200 are lagging price, as you can see. So really your best bet is, price and pattern, okay? And then you have timing after that, but that's for another day. But anyway, as they came together, and then you'll notice we had a breakout clearing candle here by the 200. That's always a good sign. You want to get in and around the 200 if you come back into it from an extended price range. Okay, that's another little trick. And then once you clear the 20, that's when you start accumulating as well. Okay, because 100% of the time at that point, then you have your stop losses, of course, all the time. But at this point, 100% of the time, the price will run to the upside or will break down. You'll be able to, see that within a couple of days, real quick. Break down to the downside, and the 20 will cross down and under the 200. But this time, we got above the 200, saved us, and from an extended price point, and then we cleared the 20, the red line, consolidated, and then continue to break out. Now another indicator I like to use, really the total too. This is total market cap excluding Bitcoin up here. And see right here on the 21st, boom, look at all that money that came in. Okay, that's a big deal. Let's go back to ADA, and coincidentally, right around the 200, boom, nice clearing candle, took out the last 2 days of price action. So that, raised our odds, raised our percentages. That was going to be a good play. Okay, what happens now? Well, it's the closer you are to 20, the safer it is to make an initial scale in, initial investment, that sort of deal. The further away you are, I would not touch it. I mean, this is not, financial advice. I'm just, saying my opinion. But yeah, the further away you are from the 20, the less your odds, the less the probability that the asset is going to keep running. And you've missed it, okay? So you need to let the asset, the stock, the crypto, whatever, trade sideways or trade sideways and down, allowing the 20 to come up, catch it, and then you can evaluate, your plan at that time. And right now, we're holding up pretty well here. And but as you can see, let's go to the 4 hour. We're getting to break down a little bit. Let me see if I can put without messing all this little, see, I'm trying to hold, okay, see right here, this little low pivot here, red, green, then pivot to the upside. Then we have a candle here, and then this wick down into this uptrend line. If we lose this uptrend line, in other words, start trading under it in this low pivot right here, if we start trading under here and break that line, a lot of times you'll come back up, retest it, and then keep running to the next support area, which might be right in here, or this, this area here where this consolidation is. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking for near term, to see if we break this uptrend line, come down, and break through this low pivot area. Okay, on ADA. Now they're supposed to be, trading in Japan, either this evening or starting tomorrow. So we'll see if that helps price action. But at some point in time, before we make any, bigger moves, we're expecting it to come down, a little bit more, maybe even into this 20. But by the time it gets to 20, we'll probably be back up to this little double top high pivot area right in here. So what is that, about 230 or so? So we'll keep, monitoring on. But right now we're not, if anything, we're scaling out and not scaling in. Okay. All right. That's ADA. Let's look at ETH, Ethereum. And as you can see, boom, right here on the 21st, big, beautiful, bullish engulfing candle. And the 20 had already met and crossed under the 200. Okay. But price reversed. That's why the 20, all your moving averages are lagging indicator. In other words, it's back behind, the price. So anyway, that was definitely a scale in position here, scale in here on this candle. Why? Because you cleared both the 20 and the 200. Okay, and then we put our stop losses under there. Okay, I'm just telling you what you don't always predict it right. You try to get as many odds or factors on your side that increase your odds and percentages that the asset will continue in the way that you think it will. Okay, and then the first sign that it's not, the market's always right. You're not. The market is 100% correct no matter what it does. Okay, and so is Mother Nature. So you just got to bear down and go ahead and get out. Just chalk that up to a lesson learned, and then get better and try it again. But I'll go ahead and share this with you. Our resistance area, coincidentally, is just this little low pivot area where we had 3 down, a little green pause candle because we couldn't get back up over the 20, as you see, and then we had a meltdown. So that's a significant area, and as you can see, we couldn't get over that. But right now, it's just sideways consolidation. We're just in here, just grinding sideways in a fairly tight price channel here right now. But we do need to hold the 20. We lose the 20, the red line, very, very important. In my opinion, the 20 and 200 are the most important moving averages on your chart. But Anyway, if we lose it, then we'll come down, retest this high pivot area. See, all of this we couldn't get over. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Came back up, finally popped over it, held it. So we'll see if this will hold this 2900. Let's just call it 2900 area, near term. And then if we lose it, then we could come down into this. Let me see where the 50 is. I see this one we use the next, moving average. And what we do, if we lose this blue dash line where we are, which is should be a very strong support level, but if we lose it, which you could, we'll come down to, see this, let me pull this in so you can see it. See this high pivot here, see we couldn't get over. Even over here, we couldn't get over it. Finally did. So that's going to be a real strong, hopefully, support area if we need it. And yeah, the 50 there, but the 50 is going to be a little bit higher by the time price gets down there. So that's about 2,600. Okay. So that's how, and then let's look at Solana. Okay. And then let's go to the 4-hour chart. This is how we knew this thing was going to be pulling back. Because you made 3 higher highs. That's just a cycle number. And then we put our trend line here. We broke it. And remember a little bit ago I drew that chart where you break a trend line, then you come back and retest it, and you come back down. Well, that's kind of what Solana has done. But we're still, we're on this low pivot line here that we need to hold. If we we traded under it, we closed under it, but we haven't confirmed that. We need another red candle to confirm that. And if so, we could, and I just drew this trend line connected here, and right here. So we have 3 touches of it. So if we lose that, I'm not saying we'll come all the way to this trend line, but that's a probability that we could, because we still have this low pivot here to help, and then this area down here that's real strong consolidation. Okay, so you have a couple of areas to help if you need it near term, if we lose this area and start putting in a big red candle to the downside. And then let me show you one more thing. Let me show you this, how we knew where the top was in on Bitcoin. And back over here, let me go the daily. Okay, let me get this right. Okay, see, we made 1, 2, 3 higher highs, broke our trend line here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, then we broke it, came back up, couldn't get over. See this pivot area here and here. Let me get this red line here and show you better. See, right through here, couldn't get over it, finally did, retested it, couldn't do it, and then here we are. Okay, you know the rest of the story. So that's how we were able to call Bitcoin up here, around 57 or so, that it was on, about run out of gas. And then, funny how these low pivots work out. See right here, pivot from way back in April, the end of April actually. It came up, couldn't make it, consolidated a little bit, tried, couldn't do it, and then we melted down. You know the rest of the story. See, coincidentally, it's right here causing us problems again, getting up. Of course, we have the psychological 50,000. I think 50,000 is a psychological number. Just like 20, 30, 40,000 is, as we were, trading around those areas as well. So I think that's part of the issue. And if we lose our high pivot here, see this green, red, then pivot to the downside. If we lose that, then 100% chance we'll come down to 46,000. Is that where that 200 is? Yeah, 46,000. And that had better hold. Here's dominance. So we're not really getting a lot of, we need a breakout candle on dominance. If we get a breakout, we could run. If we get a break down, then we'll probably, that's kind of a little top secret thing I'd let y'all see. But anyway, this is what we're expecting it to come down. And this is the must hold. This range, we can come down here, worst case scenario, into this range. Let me do the 4-hour chart to kind of put it under a microscope for you. Trend line, see, we're already into this trend line. I need to bounce off of it. If we lose it, then yeah, we're coming into this range, 46,000 or so. And once we get into all this consolidation, this chop here, hopefully that'll hold us. If not, then we might be in for a little bit longer fall, if you know what I mean. Both time wise and price wise. And then but anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. And this type of stuff we go over, we cover, we teach every day over on our Patreon side. We just don't want to come in here and say, hey, buy this now, sell this now, because this is not financial advice. This is educational training video, and this is something you can pass down to your kids and grandkids. Even though you may make a fortune, in crypto, and I hope you do. What takes 1 or 2 or 3 generations to acquire can be lost in 1 generation. So you want to pass your skills and your wisdom down to your kids, grandkids, so on and so forth. But okay, thanks for hanging in there watching the video, and as always, we'll see you on the charts.